Hello fire signs, how are you all doing today? I'm here to do your mid-month reading for May 2019. I'm going to take a look into the cards, see what's in store for you guys, see if I can't get you some guidance or insight with things that may be going on for you. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So if you have fire anywhere in your charts, that's Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, then this reading could be for you. Of course, if it doesn't resonate with you, then you know what to do. You just chuck it out the window. It was not meant for you at all. What else? If you need your own personal reading, all that information is in the description below. I also do coaching and tarot combos. And guys, if this reading does resonate with you, one of the best ways you can help me out and support me is simply just by liking the video, sharing, subscribing, all that great stuff. I really appreciate it. And if you're wondering what the new setup is, I'm on vacation. I'm on vacation for like a month. I needed really a month of downtime. Still working, so it's not a full like downtime, but I'm back in the Cayman Islands where I used to live, and I just needed some beach. I needed some water. I needed sun, sea, sand, all that good stuff to basically refuel and re-nurture and all that stuff, because it's been a hustle. It's been a hustle the last 18 months. So your girl is it's getting recharged. Yeah. So guys, without further ado, let's jump straight into your readings and find out what's in store for my fire signs. Okay, so we're going to take a look into my sacred geometry deck and find out what are some of the governing energies here that should be brought into fire signs awareness, what will serve them to their highest light, their highest good. Help me, angels and guides, understand what is going on with fire signs for the last 2 weeks of May. Here we go. Oh, beautiful. All right, fire signs, you have cosmic flower. So the frequency of cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. To me, this is really about coming home into your heart, fire signs. Really coming back into the center of your magnetic being, really tuning into those energies and allowing everything of that which you are to expand from this place. Really flowering out. Oh, sorry, I just got a little message actually that was for me. Interesting. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, wow, fire signs. You got some romantic love as well here. So the frequency of romantic love supports our journey to feel whole, complete through the experience with and reflection of a conscious lover. Oh, 1 second. Excuse me. Those two cards are very much similar. I mean, you have the cosmic flower, and then you have this flower of romantic love. For many of you, this is definitely going to pertain to a relationship, a partner of sorts that is a very divine counterpart that is helping you open up and connect with your heart more. Or you are helping someone connect to their heart through a relationship. Now, if you're single, and this isn't about a relationship with you, you could be meeting someone over the next couple of weeks, or you're kind of falling in love with yourself. You're kind of remembering all of your own beauty, the beauty of the flower. It's like you're opening up in this whole new way, and you're seeing yourself in a completely different way, and you're really loving it. Really loving it. This is awesome so far, fire signs. So I'm going to go into my fairy deck, pick one card here. Got it. right. Ooh, fire signs. Okay. You guys got the Oak Man, or the Oak Men. And the Oak Man is all about wisdom. Wisdom and shamanism. And also it's also about not projecting the past experiences into what is now. That message is kind of coming through really strongly. And I suspect that that's because if you are encountering a relationship here of divine proportions, you are not going to want to project relationships of the past that were not of divine energy or frequency, I should say. There were more karmic relationships. And you're going to want to you're going to have to look at this whole situation with fresh eyes. You're going to really need to look at this person with fresh eyes, as well as how you are interacting with this person. Because there's an element here of you have this reflection of a conscious lover through the romantic card and the frequency coming in. But also you want to bring in the wisdom of knowing that you are connected to this entire universe, okay? And you can bring in that with this, the Oakmen. Now, I want to go into the book though. I want to see if there is anything else here though that needs to be said. Let me see. You know, with the Oakman, it's like you're really rooting down in your wisdom. There's something taking root here that's very strong, like deeply rooted here for you. Okay, this one I want to read. Okay, this depicts the strength and wisdom of age. It also reminds us that what we need to know, what is truly there to be seen, cannot be discovered by a superficial glance and hasty reaction. This is why, you know, with if this is pertaining to an actual relationship, for those of you who are in divine relationship right now, you're gonna have to pull out of like the wounded aspects of the way we tend to view relationships, you know, like, and those tend to be those aspects of ego where there's cheating involved and lying and all those other kind of karmic kind of stuff. What might be presenting for you in this relationship is not what you think it is on the surface. There's going to have to be a deeper like a deeper understanding or willingness to go deep beneath the surface of what's actually happening. Because when you're dealing with conscious love, okay, that means two partners are consciously choosing one another. You didn't just stumble into one another. You didn't just like come here to have some karmic lesson with the person. Like, you consciously choosing love. You both are consciously choosing love. And so honor that by being very conscious about how you are acting with this person. So don't react in the way that we would tend to in more karmic relationships, especially those ones that we've had before we've actually evolved on our own. Don't listen to what society tells you things are. You really want to tune into your own heart, and you really want to tune into your own intuition here. It's kind of the message that I'm really getting. And then for those of you who are not in relationship, this has nothing to do with you in a relationship. There is some sort of shamanic opening coming in here for you. Some sort of wisdom that you're like really opening yourself up to. And it's because you're having a much more conscious perspective, or like bird's eye view into who you are. Like I really see for all my single viewers out there, you're seeing yourself from a bird's eye view. It's almost like you're seeing yourself from the conscious place, like that higher self place that has all of that wisdom and all of that deep love for you just as you are. And you're starting to embrace that. So let's look into the tarot and see what messages are going to come up here for these energies that I've presented so far. See if we can get a deeper understanding. Okay, wow. We have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Excellent. So yeah, letting go of fears. Okay, so let go of old fears and anxieties around the situation. If this is a situation, again, you want to stay very conscious and very present in the situation. You do not want to let the unconscious society projection on what relationships are to hinder this or to get involved, to muddy things up. Yeah, I just saw 222 on my computer. Also, for those of you who are single, this is really, you are just releasing yourself from the fears and anxieties that you've had around yourself in some way. Like there's a deep knowing kind of coming in, a certain level of certainty that's starting to come in for you regarding yourself and how you're showing up in this world. Yeah. So, sorry, OCD kicking in. Oops. Okay. All right. Any other messages that we have for fire signs? Wow. Okay. How interesting. Whoa. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what to do with this. Okay. Queen of Coins, Ace of Wands, and then the King of Coins in reverse. Wow. All right. Well, we have two court cards, a king and a queen of the same suit coming up, which is further driving home the fact this is a very divine partnership for those of you who are in relationship. This is a very divine partnership, and it is a very passionate one that is reaching like a new level. This is a new relationship, or you're reaching a new level within the relationship of passion, of fire. Like look at that volcano in the background there. And things are starting to erupt here. But I'm getting a sense that one of you is very, very stable, very nurturing. Like the Queen of Coins here, you know, she's got everything under control. You know, she's got her finances in place. She's a nurturing, she's like mothering energy, like very beautiful, loyal mothering energy. She is, you know, like people look up to her. And then you have the King of Coins in reverse though. And I'm feeling that someone in the partnership is kind of thrown out of their element. And it's presenting as disloyalty, or it's presenting as instability, but it's not the causes that one would normally think in a relationship. It's not what seems like it is on the surface. There's going to need to be a deeper understanding here for what's actually going on. And I'm going to put these right down. I'm actually going to put them like this on the spread. So I don't know if it's you or if it's someone that you're with. Now, if this is a single person, okay, your feminine energy, okay, is really intact. Like your feminine energy got that down. Okay, you know it. You've been working on it a lot. Like your emotional stability is strong. Your Your nurturing's there. There's a lot of love. But the masculine side of your energy is perhaps needing a little bit more attention right now. It's a little bit unstable and needs a little bit more structure, needs a little bit more, no. Sorry, 1 second. Oh, I just heard needs more fire, less ice. So there's like, okay, the passion, like the masculine side is needing a little bit more action. Like, and you want to tend to that. You want to like bring that more into your awareness, for you. But wow, this is definitely divine partnership or divine union of self here, is definitely the main theme. And we're talking about, you know, the Ace of Wands is also a very spiritual element in the deck. The Ace of Wands, it's, and falling under the Oakmen, there is some healing that, because you've got this shamanic kind of healing kind of energy coming through, there is a healing that needs to happen either for the self or within the relationship through this partnership. Let me get more cards here. Can we get a deeper read? Are there any more messages here? Any more insight? What else can my fire signs know? Yeah, someone here, either masculine energy or someone who would be the King of Coins here is ungrounded. Okay. Whoa, interesting. So the King of Swords and the Page of Swords both came out together. So one of you might be like checking the other one out because you're not sure. It might be you, might be the other person. Because, you know, the Page of Swords is that kind of, you know, what are they doing? What are they up to? And some of you are actually having a struggle within about that because your higher self, your higher mind, the very logical part of you knows that there's nothing to really worry about here, that it's beyond what maybe people might be getting involved, telling you that, or what society has taught you to understand what it should be. The King of Swords is that energy of decisiveness, able to make very, very good decisions. So someone in this relationship or you are going to be making very good decisions about this. The guidance is to pay attention to the consciousness of you. Really be conscious about your choices here. You really want to marry heart and mind. And you want to be very grounded. You want to be very grounded here in your decision. Don't get caught up in the things that you don't really have any certainty over. And again, don't get caught up in the past is a message that keeps coming through. Some truth, though, is going to come to light here for you. But I feel like the truth, though, is going to come through the higher self. What other messages do we have here? Yeah, okay. And we have the Five of Cups in reverse. So this again is releasing sadness, releasing loneliness. If there's something that you have been upset about, some sort of grief, that's getting released here. And it was something that you were like, it was definitely causing you anxiety as well. But these are all in release. This reading is for those of you who are either in divine partnership or are working in self-union within yourself. Like really working to harmonize your masculine and feminine energies within yourself and really coming into an understanding of who you are through a lot of self-love, almost like falling in love with yourself again. And and for those of you in relationship, it's almost like you guys are re-falling in love here, or you're about to. If there's something going on here that has left someone in the relationship ungrounded, and again, we have a lot of sword energy here. The mind is a very strong tool. The mind is a very strong tool. You want to stay in your masculine energy of logic. You don't want to let it run you out and be in like a wounded masculine mental state. So don't let your mind run away with things. You really want to run things through very logically, stay grounded, and stay in the lane of what this relationship is. Don't go into a lane or past lanes of what other relationships were for you. What the messages? Can you get 2 more messages here? For fire signs. Jeez. Okay. So, again, another swords energy. We have the 2 of swords in reverse and the 3 of cups, which is beautiful celebration, reunion. So with the 2 of swords in reverse here, this just speaks of not being indecisive, like really knowing which way to go. So there's a lot of clarity that comes in for you guys over the next 2 weeks of May. A lot of clarity around the situation with yourself or with a partner about something that you've been kind of having some anxiety or grief over. And whatever happens over these next 2 weeks, there's a deep understanding here. I do sense there is a marrying here of heart and mind. And there's definitely celebration. Like I'm feeling like this is going to definitely resolve itself. If there's been something that needs resolution, it does come to resolution over these 2 weeks. And there's some healing that happens here. This was very necessary, actually. This is very necessary. There was some healing that had to happen. And it's going to bring either 2 people closer together, or it's going to really harmonize someone within self. Let me just look into my Working the Light Oracle to see if we have another message that we can leave fire signs with. Yep. Oh, yes. You guys have awakening, upgrade, energetic upgrades, a new way of being and integration. Yeah, so, okay, for those of you who are single, you are really awakening to this new part of you or this new way of perceiving yourself. You're really seeing things in new ways. You're really understanding your own flowering being of how you're blooming. And there are definitely some energetic upgrades here for you. Now, for those of you in partnership, there may be one of you actually may not be as awakened and or is going through a very deep awakening. And I think that might be what's kind of throwing the relationship off balance a little bit. And that's why like things that are coming through are being perceived in old ways, but do not perceive them in old ways. Things need to be perceived from the 5D way now, especially when you're working on being a very conscious soul here on Earth. You need to let go of the old ways of relationship because if you are part of the, what's the word? Basically the movement of bringing forth these new ideas of being here, the new movement of the heart, helping humanity to unite, then you can't solve a problem. Like, you can't solve a new problem with an old solution. Like, the old ways just don't work here anymore. And I think that's what the overlying message that I'm really picking up for you fire signs, whoever this is for, is that fresh perspectives need to be had. There needs to be a more awakened perspective into this whole situation. And so for those of you who are just, it's your own stuff going on, know that there's some sort of healing going on, and there's some sort of awakening of a shamanic aspect within you because of this, because you're really uniting masculine and feminine together. And we have these, when we have the coins here, that does to me speak of more of the 3D. Like, it's almost like you're really anchoring stuff in now to this world through this relationship. Yeah. Wow. So interesting. But we do have resolution, like in a sense that there's something to be really excited and happy about. There's some sort of celebration coming in here. For some of you, it's your guides. It's your guides, the people or beings that are, you are here to assist you, because coming into this lifetime, you don't come in alone. There's just no way. Like, there's just too much work to be done here. Assistance is always there for you, and they're definitely very proud of you and your efforts in this, for those of you, but actually for those of you in relationship and not in relationship, because the relationship is always the biggest teacher for us. Now, relationship with self is the most important relationship to truly embrace, because once you have that down, then you can go into everything wholly, because you've brought in that wholeness, which is spoken about through this romantic love, feeling whole and complete through and through. And so really, for some of you, you're falling in love with yourself, and that's really beautiful. It's really beautiful to actually be in love with yourself and who you are. It's a very rare find in this world, and the more of you that are doing that, the more you can model that for others to start falling in love with themselves. So that's actually part of the awakening. That's actually part of the awakening here. Very beautiful. Wow, fire signs. Okay, that's your reading for the last 2 weeks of May. I hope that it was helpful, and I hope you received some messages there, even if there was just 1 or 2 in there that really resonated with you. Again, if you need your own personal reading, I'm still doing those while I'm down here. And all that information is in the description below. Fire signs, have a wonderful last 2 weeks of May. I'll be back with you all very soon.